you've returned. When last we met, Uruk groaned beneath its king, and the gods, with fickle amusement, resolved to humble him. They whispered, they debated, and at last they chose creation as their answer, but not a monument, nor a star, nor even a god. They chose a rival, a being born of dust and divinity, as fierce as Gilgamesh himself. And that, dear listener, is where our tale resumes. Born of clay and breath in the wilderness, where no city wall cast shadow, the goddess Ninhursag bent low to the earth. From the clay she shaped a body, vast and strong, and into it she breathed the wildness of beasts and the freedom of untamed winds. Thus was Enkidu made, not polished, not adorned, but raw. His body thick with hair, his hands like stone, his stride like the hunting cat's. His eyes gleamed with divine fire, but it was a fire that belonged not to temples, but to the forest and the plain. Enkidu lived not among men, but among gazelles. He drank from their streams, ran with their herds, and when lions came roaring, he struck them down with his bare hands. Hunters cursed him, for he tore up their traps and shattered their snares, freeing every beast they sought to capture. To them, he was not man, but monster, a wild phantom that stalked the borderlands, a shadow of muscle and mane that undid their labor with a single blow. One day, a trapper, weary from broken nets and empty hands, beheld Enkidu face to face. His heart froze. Here was a figure massive as a god, yet clothed only in wilderness. Hair tangled, muscles rippling, eyes burning like molten bronze. The trapper fled, breathless, back to Uruk, his voice trembling as he told the tale. There is a man-beast who walks with the gazelle, who drinks at the well by night. He destroys all we set. He frees what we bind. I cannot hunt. I cannot work. My hands are empty. And when the trapper's tale reached the ears of Gilgamesh, the king laughed. But it was not laughter born of joy. It was laughter edged with intrigue. If this wild man is my equal, he said, then let us see him tamed. Take Shamhat, priestess of Ishtar, and lead her into the wild, for if beasts are his kin, then let the arts of civilization strip him of his innocence. Let him taste bread, drink wine, and know the touch of woman. Then we shall see if he's still a lion, or if he bends like any reed in the river. And so Shamhat was led into the wilderness. For 6 days and 7 nights she lay with Enkidu beneath the wide sky. Her beauty and her cunning wove around him like a net finer than any hunter's snare. When at last he rose, his body trembled. He went to the gazelles, his old companions, but they fled. He ran after them, but his legs no longer carried him as before. His wild strength had shifted. He was no longer beast. He was no longer wholly free. Something in him had changed. Something human had taken root. Shamhat spoke to him gently, as one might speak to a child. Come, Enkidu, eat bread, for this is the way of men. Drink wine, for this is the joy of kings. Leave behind the field and walk into the city. There you will find Gilgamesh, the one for whom you were made. And so he did. Enkidu ate bread until he was filled. He drank wine until laughter warmed his chest. He bathed, and the hair of the wild was anointed with oil. When he rose from the river, it was not as beast nor as god, but as man. Strong, yes, but tempered now, bound not to gazelles or lions, but to destiny. And so, dear listener, Enkidu began his walk toward Uruk. Each step heavy with the weight of fate, each breath a reminder of the wildness left behind. For he was no mere wanderer. He was an answer, a mirror, a rival. And though he did not yet know it, he carried within him the spark of friendship, the flame of brotherhood, and the shadow of sorrow. When next we meet, 2 paths shall cross, the king who ruled like a storm, and the wild man shaped to halt him. The clash will shake Uruk's very walls, and from it a bond will be forged, that not even the gods could sever. Until our paths cross again in the realm of myths and legends, remember to stay curious, stay inspired, keep exploring, and may your journey be as enriching as the timeless tale of Gilgamesh.